Whether this is your first episode or your third, I think I'm up to 3 now. Welcome to Uploaded and Unfiltered, a podcast in which I, your host, talk to other creators about their journey in this game we call content creation. Today I have a special guest. I'm so excited that they were able to do this podcast with me. I'm going to say their name, I'm going to read their bio, and then they'll be here. So, JustMoonbeam, aka Mooney, is doing the podcast with me today. I'm so excited that I'm going to read her bio that I have not read yet, but I do see a few words in there that I'm upset that I didn't read this before now. All right, let's go ahead. After spending the last 4 years as a part-time content creator, Mooney is now part of Sidequest Media, a talent media company for content creators. Moving behind the scenes to talent management, Mooney has made it her goal to uplift, support, and drive creators with a more personable approach with hopes of bridging the gap between companies and communities. In her spare time, she enjoys playing survival games, karaoke, or crafting something creative. Be warned though, dad jokes are not just for dads, and it's something she oddly takes pride in, especially since she doesn't like to tell egg jokes. They'd crack each other up. Bam. Oh my God. Hey, and welcome my guest, Mooney, to the show. Mooney, I cannot believe you made me read.
I set you up. I can't lie.
Oh my God. That was good. You know what? Thank you. Welcome, Mooney. How are you doing today?
Thanks. You know, I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited to be here. I love that you didn't read it beforehand.
Oh, I'm so mad. I
put it in there. I'm like, I can't wait for him to read it. I think I might get him. And sure enough.
That was actually excellent.
Honestly, we could just end here and I'd be happy. Like,
you know what? Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? We're done. That's her whole journey, and I'm mad. I'm upset.
It's great to see you. Bye.
Oh my God! For y'all who don't know, I'm not a fan. I'm a dad who does not like. It's not that I don't like dad jokes. They're just not funny to me. Like I'm like, I get it. Like that was good, but people be dying over that. I don't understand it. I wish I did. Maybe when I get older, I'll get it one day. I don't know.
Fun fact. I actually snuck that same joke into my professional bio on our website.
Yo, that's crazy. That is pretty good. Wow.
Yeah. It made it all the way up there.
Jeez. So, Sidequest Media. Where do you want to start at? Like, where are you at as far as your content and your Sidequest Media go? Are you doing both of them right now at the same time?
Yes and no. I haven't been consistent with streaming in almost a year now. It's almost like I forget how to do it, but every now and then, I'll jump on there and try it out and, get my little fix for it because I do miss it. But I have been primarily focused in, I'm now behind the scenes and helping other content creators and getting to know industry folk and seeing all the stuff that goes into like securing sponsorships and all the paperwork and the things and the stuffs. And it's definitely been a different side that I knew existed. But there's a lot of mechanics to it. But so I kind of just been focused on that. We manage, 50 something creators. So it's definitely, it's been quite the journey. So it's kind of been the most because, between that and work and stuff, it's, hard trying to find time to do it. But, but I still try to get in there when I can.
For sure. Well, this is new for me because usually I'm interviewing people who are just like all in their minds, like YouTube streaming, all that. But you get to be on the back end side of it. So you get to see not only what you go through as a creator, but you get to see what that other side looks like. The people who are like, hey, I'm trying to get a sponsorship. You're like, I know what goes into that. So I'm going to leave this up to you. Where do you want to take this convo as far as your current mind state? Now, usually it's, like I said, it's usually creative, but it could be work related too.
It's we can go either way. I definitely, I initially never wanted to be a streamer.
Oh, really?
to be honest,
okay.
Literally, this was never a goal or aspiration of mine. The first time I actually streamed was some friends were like, hey, try this out. This is what it is. And I played one game of Fortnite and I won. And then I ended stream. And then one day I was like, let me just try it game on my own. And I played Final Fantasy VII, and I read the game, and I had 2 viewers, and 1 person talked to me, and my mind was blown that somebody would sit here and listen to me read a game. I'm like, why would they do that? I don't understand it. And then it just kind of like went from that. I'm like, well, let me try Sims. And then it was just me making Sims, talking to myself for, for the first couple of weeks. And then, eventually people started talking back, and then it kind of just took off, and I just found this enjoyment in it. And the people, and I was new to PC gaming. So to find friends that had the same kind of interests as I did, or people to play games with, was really exciting for me. And so I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, I'm going to do this. And I kind of just stuck with it. So, now that I don't have as much time to dedicate to my own content, I do miss it. But it's interesting though. I don't really have a whole, I don't have as much experience as the people that I work with, but it's been interesting to me because a lot of the people that I work with have the same, they come into the same kind of struggles, or not knowing where to go with their content, or the insecurities, or people like me. And it's interesting that these people who have been streamers for, 8, 9, 10 years still feel the same things that I feel as someone who's only, streamed to maybe, I've never been above a 40 average and I've only streamed, only got 4 years under my belt. So it's been interesting to be able to apply that perspective to my work. And it's like, well, hey, listen, I get it. I've been there. That's where I'm at. If I was to start streaming again today, that's exactly where I'd be, because it's, starting all over again. And that's been actually and that actually kind of is my most I guess obstacle that prevents me from going into streaming again, because it's ugh,
yeah,
I gotta do it again.
Exactly, starting all over. It's like,
man,
do I really want to do that?
Back to my hey, listen, but I embrace my 3 average.
Exactly. That is interesting that you said that bigger streamers who have been doing it for years still struggle with some of the stuff that some smaller or people who are just beginning think about, what do I do with my content, or how do I change up stuff so I can get more people in. That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, the industry is constantly changing, and I've never been, I just hit, live, play my game. If it's not on Twitter, I don't really know about it. So it's been real interesting to see how the industry itself works, and how how quick it changes. It's constantly evolving. What was cool, last week is probably not going to be next week. And, especially or we're also in this age of where everything's short. I mean, look at TikTok. Look at everything's quick. So people who our 20-minute tutorials and our 20-minute videos that used to be popping back in the day, it's a different audience. I constantly gotta stay. I gotta keep up, because if I don't, I'm gonna get left behind. And I feel like that puts pressure on a lot of no matter where you are in your content. So it's been interesting to see that perspective, and it's so much work.
Yeah, exactly. I do have a question in regards to the talent. So are you handling talent yourself? You have 3 or 4 people under you, or how does that work?
So I am a junior talent manager. I am the newest talent manager to Sidequest, and basically I'm kind of the middleman between if a company comes to us and say, hey, I have this game, I need some people to play it, here's what we're offering, here's what we have, it goes to our sales team. Our sales team will do all the negotiations, get the contracts together, get everything, and then bring it to us. Here you go, this person wants this is how much they're going to pay them, here's what they got, here's the do's and don'ts, find out who wants to do it. So my job is to take that stuff to our talent and kind of gauge who I think is a good fit for it, who's who I know who would play this, who wouldn't, and then basically be hey, so-and-so has this game, what do you think? And then they say yes or no, and then I take that back to our other team. Here's a list of people who want to play, who want to shoot their shot, and then I hand it over, and then they go take it back to the sponsor. And then when the sponsor's we want this person, this person, this person, it's my job to take all the stuff out of contracts, all the things you got to say, all the things you got to remember. I basically make it as easy as possible for you to have a seamless stream. I put it all on a cheat sheet for you, get you set up, get you scheduled. And when you go live, I'm there to make sure nothing goes wrong. Make sure that all your bots say the right stuff, your titles say the right things, you don't miss a command, you don't miss an exclamation point. Basically, make sure that you get everything that you're contractually obligated to, and let me worry about it. You just stream. We're going to get through it. That's my job.
Listen, as someone who's done a sponsor stream before by themselves, like that is a pressure relief. Like making sure all that stuff is dotted and like, because if it's not, that could be a check for you that you ain't get.
Yeah, and my job is to get all the information on a little sheet for you, so that way you can know exactly. Just copy and paste your bots, copy and paste your commands. Here are your talking points. Go. And if something goes wrong or something's not working, I will be actively watching, hitting up the sponsor. Hey, their widget doesn't work, or hey, this link you have, well, most likely, I mean, 99% of the time I've caught that before it happens, but sometimes, stuff happens. So
yeah,
it's my job to make sure that goes straight. And that's what I do. And it's been a good time.
That is amazing. Oh man, congrats on that. Like that's an awesome job that I didn't even know existed.
I didn't know it was either. And I didn't know it existed either. And it wasn't even something I ever thought that I have an opportunity to do, no less an industry to get into. I just saw it posted one day and shot my shot. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, man. You gotta, but it exists. It's out there, and it's been a really good time.
Do you think you would have even had this in mind if you didn't start streaming? Like, would it have been a job? No,
no, because I don't think I wouldn't have thought this job was real.
That's true. That is true. I
didn't know that this was a real job. I mean, it makes sense, when you think about it, but it's not something, I've been working for the state and the county for so many years in an office every day, right. And that's what I do. That's what I know how to do. But now it's like, now I get to work with gaming, and I work from home, and I have a bunch of content creators that a lot of them I hadn't really even heard of initially. Yeah. And that's been cool too, because there's so much great content out there. There's so many awesome things, but yeah, but besides that, and then I watch a lot of Twitch. I watch for a lot of people and look for, people that I think would be a good fit. I'm like, hey, I know this person. And then they put their name. I recently actually recruited my first talent.
That is awesome.
Yeah. We recently signed Leash Capiche to Sidequest Media.
Leash is gonna be on. I haven't asked her yet, but I need Leash on here. I love Leash.
Man, yeah, it was dope. I reached out to her and she got back to me, and we did, I organized some meetings. She talked to our people and they talked to her people, and she decided to come in with us. So she just recently signed us, and that was my first recruit.
That is amazing. Congratulations for that. Good job. That's what's going to be my next question. How does a content creator get with a talent management? Like, is it you recruiting, or do they come to y'all? Like, is it usually you pick people out and push it up?
It's both. It's a little bit of both. Okay. We have people. I don't really ever see the people that reach out to us. Right. I don't really ever. That doesn't come through my side. But, it's just anybody, if there's people, that we see, what's really great about, that I like about my company is that, anybody. And what's really cool is that even in these meetings that we have with talent, even if you decide not to go with us, one thing I like about my company is that we are willing to be there and be a friend. Like, if you ever have a question, or if there's something that you're like, hey, I don't really need management, but I got this deal, could you look over? We do that for you.
That's amazing. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so it's been really great is that we try to form as many relationships and connections that we can. Cause not everybody needs management. A lot of people don't have, a lot of people have their own idea of what they think management is. And one thing I like about Sidequest is that we're not an agency, we're not, you talk, if you put out a message, need something, you're talking to us. There's right. Me and two other talent managers. We are available. We are one Discord message away. We do all the legwork. And it's not just business. Like I know one of my things I've taken on is birthdays. We know your birthdays, we know your anniversaries, we know what you like, we know what you don't like. I make sure that I know what foods you're allergic to, so when you go to have a meeting or go off to do something, that something you can even go to do.
Wow. Man, and that's crazy.
And sometimes we come across people who don't need us. That actually is very common. A lot of the meetings that we'll have, people are pretty established and they really don't need us.
Gotcha,
and we'll tell them that, like, listen, we don't know what we could possibly do for you, but if you need something, we're here. And it's been really great to be with a company that tries to change that. We're more, and sometimes, typical agency just pushing out contracts and sponsorships and that's it. That works for some people, but we try to offer a little bit of more personal. That's why it's in my bio, my goal is kind of bridge that gap, is because some things I know that I even ask you, like if I know that you don't like NFTs, or if you don't like if survival games or management games drive you crazy, it's my job to know. So I don't even wish, hey, listen, I know you don't like this, but what you think, or I won't even bring it to you.
Right. Exactly.
So it's really cool, but that's kind of just where we go with it, is that we try to just provide support and get people to connect it to things that might need a little push just to get to connect to something. Like they got the great content, they got the numbers, got the views, they just don't really know what to do with their content. We'll try to make sure we get you connected with some people before you do it, but we're like a support system. It's up to you got to fly, but
exactly,
we got your back. You don't got to do it alone.
It sounds like you guys are hitting a personable, like, on the head. Like, I didn't until today. I knew you worked for Sidequest. I never looked into it because I'm like, I'm not there yet. But like, y'all are a support system. You're helping people like get out there, get the bag, which is, I think, one of the biggest things. Like, content creators who are starting to blow up, like, they have no idea. They're like, so how do I start making my money off of my content? This GC subs, there's so many other opportunities out there, but they don't know where to start.
Yeah, and also like knowing your worth, and also knowing the difference between a sponsorship and affiliate programs.
True.
And and also I feel like when there's this pivot point from when when you start, when like you're doing good, but now like overnight, now let's say you pop, you blowing up now. There's this excitement that comes with it, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Or someone says, hey, we want you to come do this. We're going to put your picture on the biggest billboard, this and that. And so meanwhile, you're super excited because this is all new. Right. Oh, that's dope. This, right. And then us, we're like, hold on. That's great. How much are they going to pay you?
Exactly. I didn't hear money. Hello.
Like, wait a minute, because that's me. Like, I'll shoot, I'll play a game for 6 months of Starbucks gift cards. Like, I mean, if we're honest,
right.
But in this industry, when to have the realization that I'm worth more than 6 months of Starbucks gift cards, also comes in hand. So and what's great is that we'll never tell you no, you can't do something. If you're like, hey, I really want to do this, I understand it's only for Starbucks gift cards. Shout out then go for it.
So hold on now. You mentioned the Starbucks gift cards. Has it happened before?
No.
Okay. I'm just checking.
That's just kind of the example that I use.
No, it's a good example, because I feel like that could really happen. It's like, yo, I'll get you these GameStop cards. You just play this game for 7 days straight. I got you $200. Right. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, and when you ain't been there yet, that might sound like a great deal. And and typically, hey, if that works for you, cool.
Exactly.
But imagine the impact you could have with other companies if you just shoot your shot. But a lot of people don't even know where that is, and that's one thing that's great, is that when we have opportunities, we try to get them out to as many people as we can. And that's one thing I really like about my job, because we try to connect things to people they normally wouldn't find, and I meet all kinds of people, and I'd be like, hey, I know someone who'd be good for this.
That's awesome.
So it's been a good journey so far.
Good. It sounds like it's been fulfilling and you're enjoying it, and that's what I hope for everybody in their job, that they're enjoying what they're doing. So that's dope.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Good. Well, I'm going to move on to our next section of the podcast. What lessons have you learned in either your journey with Sidequest or your content creator journey that you wouldn't have learned nowhere else?
Man, lessons I have learned mostly. That's mostly, I guess, content creation. As cliche as it is, just be yourself.
Yes. Yes.
I struggle. I struggle with that only in a sense because people are gonna find things wrong with you at some point, some shape, way, form. Eventually, when you're in the public eye, you're not gonna please everybody. There's so many barriers that get put up between you and your content when you start constantly worrying all the time what other people are going to think. Now, granted, don't go out there and be, don't be a jerk.
Right, exactly.
But like, if it's cool to you and it makes you happy, then just do it. And if you don't want to do it, then don't.
Exactly.
Everybody, or if there's something that if you have a firm belief, or you have, like, let's say, I want to be I want to be family friendly, and you got, for some people, it makes it works for them, and other people are like, oh, I don't want to limit my content, which, I mean, it could, but you gotta stick what makes you happy, because it's such a trying experience, and especially when you are in a public eye, you're gonna be stressed out and you're gonna have things happen, and it's better to just be your genuine self, because you're gonna have other things to worry about than making people happy.
I mean, that's a good one. And I think that's one that I forget myself a lot.
I think we all do, because and also because there's this fine line between I just want to play games, and there's this and then there's also using your platform for the greater good. And at the same time, it's like, but you got to take care of yourself, and just like, and not even with content creation, if you don't take care of yourself and you are not happy, you're not gonna be able to take care of anybody else. You're not gonna be able to apply yourself and be present in that moment, and eventually you're gonna burn out. Burnout's a good one. Another one. You do not feel like you have to stream 7 days a week if you don't want to stream 7 days.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Say it, please.
Oh
Listen.
my God, I don't feel like you have to, because granted, like, I don't know, shout out to full-time streamers who be doing this all day long.
It's wild.
I don't know how y'all do it, man. Like, I appreciate it, because I mean, I love being able to know I can pop your channel on you there every time I'm there.
True, exactly.
But don't feel like you have to do that. Don't feel like you have to. I think that's the biggest lesson too, is that I was like 5 days a week, every stream. Consistency is key, though. That's the big one.
100%. Yeah.
It's, and then I guess that's another cliche saying consistency is key. But I can't tell you how I'm convinced that is the secret to streaming. I'm convinced, because
it is.
for me personally, I have done just as well with 2 days a week as I was doing 5 days a week, because I was consistent.
Exactly. That's what it is, because they know these 2 days you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Simple as that.
Right. No, make time for it. And also, and then eventually you'll find that person that's driving home from work and puts you on in the car. Or you'll find a person who just, or like their kids are in bed, it's finally quiet, they're going to put the game on and put something on the background where they pick up. Like, you're going to have people who are like, that time works for them because they found you during that time.
Exactly.
And so, and then once I figured that out for me, I was like, well, shoot, I'm sticking to my 2 days. I'm taking my 3 other days back.
Smart.
Yeah. So yeah, be yourself. Consistency, I feel, is the one. Don't feel pressure to have to be present all the time. Oh, and also, this is the biggest one. I'm still learning this myself. My active lesson that is currently being learned. It's okay to take a break.
Yes, it is. How many times do you have to tell yourself that?
Sweet Jesus, almost every day when I look at Twitch, because I miss where I was at. I know where I could be. I think about where I could be. Right. I know what I've been. But I think out the 5 years, I probably only streamed 1.5 years.
Really? You know what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like because I take 2, 3, 4, but 4 month breaks at a time. I streamed in May for the first time in 9 months. And
Go.
I
Okay.
hadn't even realized that much time had gone by.
Right.
It was the most nerve-wracking experience. But when you come back, you're still going to be the awesome person you are. People may have moved on. Not everybody going to be there when you come back, but you're going to make that impact on somebody else that you did previously, because you're now back in a refreshed state and you are ready to commit. You're ready, whatever. Here I am. I'm here for, even if it's not for a long time, but a short, fun time. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay. I think it's the biggest lesson. If you need to take a break, take a break.
I agree.
It's this ain't worth running yourself into the ground.
No. And like the people who rock with you will be there. The ones who don't, they'll make themselves known and keep it moving.
Facts. Keep it moving. We keep it moving.
That was awesome. Yes, please do. All right, so we got our lessons learned, which I can easily spin those into words of advice, but we're going to specifically get some words of advice to either a streamer who is just starting out or somebody who's been doing it for a while and they're like, you know what, I think I'm done. Either or, you don't have to do both. Who would you give some words of advice to, and what would it be?
Words of advice: don't put yourself in a box.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't feel like you have to stick to one thing. If you are tired of playing Fortnite, then gosh darn it, you don't have to play Fortnite. Play what you want to play. I think that's because
True.
It's your channel. If you're not having fun, no one else will be.
Exactly.
I feel like people put themselves in a box. They have this, they try to go off of what they think people want them to be or what the norm is on social media. And
True.
They are like, I'm going to be like that person. I'm going to have the same thing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to play that. I'm going to be this. Be you. That ties back in the last one. And if you want to play something else, play something else. You ain't got, because eventually you're going to find people who are going to get to know you. They're going to like your attitude. They're going to like your vibe. Put some fun stuff for them to do in the chat.
Yes.
I shut this dude's lights off all the time. I love that.
Listen. I was just about to say, I feel like she's talking about me. Hold on.
Right. I'll come by just to turn the lights off and then go about my day. Like, put some stuff in there. People are gonna come, and if they don't, be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your content. Keep learning. YouTube is a beautiful thing.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. I love it.
This one might be unpopular.
Okay,
but
give it to me.
Don't feel the pressure to network.
Oh damn! Hold on.
I know that sounds weird. But
okay, I need your explanation on this one.
Okay, the reason why I say this is, as a new streamer, is that don't feel the pressure to network, because I feel like when you're new, they smell you.
Yes,
and it's follow for follow, this and that, support this, join this, and it and we'll help you have advice, but join our team, do this, but we support everybody, so we go to everybody's street. You're gonna be so caught up in trying to support everybody else and having to do things, and you ain't got to do all that. Don't feel
yeah, I co-sign that. I hear what you're saying now, and I 100% agree. Yes.
Yeah, don't feel like you have to. Like, it's not you. I mean, obviously, if you have, opportunity, you want to get out there, connect for people because you agree, you enjoy their content. Connect with them because you guys share the same interests, or or there's somebody that you looked up to that got you into this. Like, reach out to them, find out what encourages them every day, what motivates them every day. You will find your people.
That is true.
Don't feel the pressure to have to buy into this, small streamers need to stick together. Stop calling yourself a small streamer. That's another one. Don't do that. You are ginormous. You are mighty.
Yes, preach.
because and the reason why, get out of that small streamer mentality, because if I was stream right now, I probably got 5 people in there because I ain't been here. But but if I was consistent on my peak, on my top day, I'd have about 50. But you got people and to me, someone who's got 500 people watching them, they're bigger than me. But you got to remember that 500 person might got 500 people, but there's somebody else that got 1,000. That person that got 1,000, there's somebody else that got 15. That person that got 15K, there's somebody else out there that's got 80-something thousand people watching them right now. So definition, right? Who is the smallest?
Exactly.
The person who got 50K might feel like they're small because this dude over here got 125. So you will be, just don't fall in that mindset. If you are new, be patient. There are thousands of people out there trying to do the same thing.
That is great words of advice. I love, like, speaking of networking thing, one of my closest streaming and real life friends, I'm not gonna call him a streaming friend because that's insult, came to my chat randomly. There was 2 people watching me, and shout out to Vox. He came in my chat and was watching me play Firewatch, which, if you never played Firewatch, that game is amazing, but it looks boring as hell. And I was reacting to the game. He was reacting to what I was reacting to the same way. And I was like, man, I like this guy. And I don't ever go look at somebody's profile, look at his profile, follow them. We ended up talking to the Discord. And now I got like 4 or 5 friends out of him because of me randomly streaming to like 2 people on Twitch. Like, it'll happen organically. You don't need to go rush out and join a group just to like start making streamer friends. That they'll show up. Trust me.
Yeah, and you'll find your people, and just keep an open mind, keep up a heart, stay focused, and do what's best for you and your content. You got, because as long as you feel good about it, at the end of the day, that's what matters. And you just got to keep with it, keep climbing. Don't let people hold you back. Don't let anyone ever make you feel guilty for wanting to thrive, because that's another thing that exists out there. But that's a whole different podcast.
That's the whole. I was about to say that's the topic of this stuff.
That's a whole other podcast. But just you are mighty and capable of great things, and you're gonna find the vibe. And sometimes things just don't work. But you know what? You're gonna find it. Try something else.
Exactly. Well, Mooney, we have reached the end of our episode.
Yay!
This was, yes, man, this was an amazing conversation. I knew it would. Listen, everybody I picked for this show, I know I'm gonna have a dope ass conversation with them. So I'm not surprised, but I enjoy it anyway. So thank you.
I'm excited that you're doing it, because again, man, you know what you are capable of. I'm excited you're taking this journey. I'm excited to see where you go. I'm honored to be invited. I'm excited to see where this goes for you. I hope wish you nothing but success. I already know we'll
Appreciate it.
And I can't wait to come by and turn the lights off on you again.
You know what? I'll be there. I'm gonna switch my schedule to 2 days a week because I forgot consistency is key. I'm here this day and this day. Anything else? Catch me on TikTok.
Yeah. And if you ain't checked out his stream yet, make sure you do, because there ain't nobody rage quits a cozy game like this, man. Let me tell you.
Oh my goodness! I don't know why like cozy games get me so. This is not about me, anyways. Mooney, do you have anything that you are doing that you want to throw out there, or you want to direct the people towards? Let me know.
Between now and the end of the month, I'm going to be making a return back to streaming. I am part of a little stream family called Cult Games, and we are we've adopted a classroom for an underprivileged special needs class, and we are doing some charity stuff between here and the end of July.
Nice.
So we'll be doing that, and try to take the time during the summer to see if maybe there's somebody in your area you can help out. If anything, do that. And then other than that, no, I'm chilling. I'm gonna be in your stream. That's where I want them to go. Y'all go to him. That's where you can go.
Oh my goodness. No, listen. Tuesdays and Fridays. No, anyways.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you, Mooney. I'm gonna do my call to action because I was saying this to Bomber in the first cast. We kind of suck as content creators to tell people what we want them to do. Like, we put out dope content and then it's like, all right, like, I hope I see you again. Nah, you gotta tell that fool to come back. Subscribe to me so you see my shit. So that's what I'm about to do. If you know any other content creators out there who can get some benefit from conversations like these and more, share the podcast with them. Upload it and unfiltered. I curse sometimes. I don't know if I cursed today, but that's why it's the unfiltered part, because we're not hiding anything. We're just talking about anything we want to. So share this with them, and like on whatever subscription service you use, and leave a review. And that's it. I think we nailed it.
Yeah, Jive Turkey. No, that's fine. That's
I gotta
my
censor
privilege.
that. I feel that's you can't say that.
I know. I was trying. I never unfiltered. So I was like just trying to get. I was trying to get it in before
I
it
hear
went.
you. I see what you're doing now. You
Yeah,
know what?
Stuck a finch. I don't know.
Oh,
I gotta work on
okay.
it. I gotta work on it. I'm out of control. Bye.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you listening, and I will talk to you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day.